Hold on, I got the ball. Oh, man.
And with very little time left on the play clock, Pete Carroll's going to call timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Making sure you hit. The Giants, baby.
Check 50, check 50. Right, 280.
Now Wilson on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. They'll toss it out to Carson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. They're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Right, 380.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Olivier Vernon coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taken from just outside the 30. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape. 1st and 10. A first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Let's go, let's go.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Manning. He finds his target, Beckham. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
A first down carry for Barkley. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Throwing is Manning. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Shotgun now for Manning. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it.
Oh, yes. He's not playing to win, he's playing.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Needing the touch.
No, not today.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there?
A flag.
No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain.
Face
So
mask.
cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Make him earn it.
To throw, it's Manning. This will be caught at about the 5. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are in for 6. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. Rosas now to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 40.
Move 15. 36 power. One left.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And Daniels has it over the middle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. Here's the sneak with Wilson. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down.
95. Hut, 280.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
Let's go. We got 14, run it.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this 1st half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Room here to run. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that 1st down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. 9 yards on the run there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. They run it with Carson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
The Seahawks on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Play action. Now Wilson. He's got a man open. That's Marshall. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Janikowski adds the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The New York Giants coming back out here for their next offensive possession. And, you know, 2018 is starting a lot like 2017 for the men in blue. Remember, last year 3-13, and now, Charles, through 5 weeks, they're 1-4. What's going on in New York?
Yeah, they were 0-4 to begin 2017. Look, here's the problem for them. And their head coach, Pat Shurmur, said it, and people snickered. He's like, we got to score more points. And everybody's like, yeah, well, duh. Of course you do. Well, they scored a lot more points against Carolina. They broke the 30-point barrier for the first time in their last 37, 38 games. So give them credit for that. But it all has to come together at the same time. The defense has had so much pressure put on it that they played pretty well for most of the game, but they might crack near the end because the offense hadn't scored enough. I thought this was one of their best performances against Carolina of the year. It's something for them to build on as they get ready for Thursday night against Philadelphia.
And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Now Manning throwing on second down, eluding the pressure right. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Here's Manning to throw, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it. A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Returnable for Lockett. So quick on the spin. He's spinning, man. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again. And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing. And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. There they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it. I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play. He lets it fly for Lockett. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Looking deep downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Second half begins with a run from Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Manning to throw on second down. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now Manning to try again after the pick 6. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots in the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
Manning able to find OBJ there for a Giants first down. Throwing on first down is Manning. Caught left side, it's Beckham. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
I know, man.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with the tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Yeah, I turned them off already. I'm letting them cool.
Into the red zone now. Manning. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 10 more there and another first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Zebra, zebra, zebra. Zebra, zebra, zebra.
Manning now on 3rd and goal. Dancing to his left. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll go for it. It's Manning. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. They run again with Carson. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. And he finds Daniels. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. A gain of 13 and also a 1st down. This is Carson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dalvin Tomlinson able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard.
19.
On third down, Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
95, 95.
Here's Carson. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On second down, here's Wilson being chased out left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll run it now out of the gun. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Janikowski good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Out to kick is Janikowski. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. It's caught. Beckham. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open? And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 41, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Wilson wants to throw it. Buying time to his left. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And Daniels has it, left side. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain of 32 that time.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now it's Wilson. And he can't get away from the pressure the Giants get there. Olivier Vernon in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. From the shotgun, Wilson steps away to his left. And the tight end Dixon left side. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Kareem Martin in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. On second down, Wilson stepping up. He'll try. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And who's got it? The Giants.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
You know, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
One final try now from Manning. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. T.J. Green with a pick. And that will write a finish to this ball game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from MetLife Stadium.